Hello and welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. I want to talk about these two box plants. They're looking really quite rough and I feel a bit guilty in a way because it's my fault this. I've moved these box plants 3 times in the last 2 years. So every time they've just about got their roots settled in the ground, I've dug them up again and replanted them, and they're quite big shrubs. And I think they're really suffering because of it. And I was about to give up on them because they just look a bit rough. But at the top of this one, there is some fresh growth coming out of where it looked quite dead. And if I look closely into this one, I can see more bits of fresh growth. So I'm not going to give up on them, but I am going to take drastic measures. This is going to be one of those kill or cure situations. I've got my hedge trimmers here. It's April, so it's the start of the growing season. We've come through a difficult winter. They've been in the ground since last summer, so hopefully they will now have some roots. And my idea is, if I really cut them back using this, they may just come back, but I'll probably lose this lovely shape. I had like a cylindrical shape and a ball. It was based on a Mulching brown aftershave bottle actually, but I don't think I'm going to retain that. I'm going to lose that. I'm going to cut them into pyramids, 4-sided triangles. I'm not going to publish this video until later in the year when hopefully they've come back to life. So you will see the results in this video. So you'll see some fast forward pruning in this video, and I apologise if there's wind noise. It's a very windy day today. I apologise if there's wind noise, but you will see some fast forward pruning. I'll give them a really good water. I'll sprinkle some slow release fertiliser around the base, and then we'll keep our fingers crossed. I'll see you in a minute when I've pruned them and it's 6 months later. And so here I am, not 6 months later, but 14 months later, and I am almost overwhelmed by the results. I'm amazed and delighted, and the cockles of my heart have been warmed because I've had these plants for about 20 years. So I'm delighted that I didn't give up on them because they've come back, and they've come back strong. Now I've written on a pad here all the things that I think have gone right in this experiment, and I'm going to share all those points with you. as we talk about the results. Okay, so the first thing I would say is, when you move a plant, especially a larger plant like this, it can go into shock, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's dead. Don't give up on it. It takes time and it takes patience. We are 14 months later. And I'm delighted with the results now, but about 6 months ago, it didn't look anything like this. Now with box plants, I think there might have been a temptation to immediately think that that was box blight. It's not necessarily box blight. It might be box tree caterpillar, but it's not box blight. It might just be the fact that it's been moved, it's been shocked, it's not being fed properly, or it's not being watered properly, or it's in the wrong situation. So don't just assume it's blight, dig it up and throw it on a fire. This clearly wasn't blight. Plants do need feeding, you know, especially when they've been moved. And I fed this with pelleted chicken manure and slow release. And I've done a top dress of slow release since. And incidentally, everything you saw me using in this video, the chicken manure, the slow release, and all the tools are available in my Amazon shop. I'll put links below. By the way, if you do buy through my links, I do get a small commission, and your support is greatly appreciated. It all goes back into my YouTube channel. Another point, pruning stimulates growth, okay? So I've no doubt that by pruning these back, it stimulated this growth. However, that is not true for all plants. I couldn't have done that with a lavender, for example. If I'd gone back into old wood with a lavender, it wouldn't grow back. But box plants happily do grow back from old wood. Now, you will have noticed in that video that I put some weed fabric down and some gravel. And I think that's been helpful because it's acted as a mulch which has retained moisture, but it's also suppressed weeds which would have been in competition. And did you notice in the video that I used a soldering iron to cut this woven weed fabric? It's a brilliant hack because the woven weed fabric, it can fray off, you know, like tape, like audio tape, but that welds it together. That's why I used my soldering iron. Now, after I did this, I was quite disciplined in making sure it got plenty of water. So last summer, I probably overwatered it, but it never went short of water. Happily, just here, I'm on sand, so there's great drainage. And coming to the end now, never give up. I'm so glad I didn't give up on this because I'm absolutely delighted with the results. And by the way, if you are worried about box blight is a fungus and it likes damp conditions. So planting this is an open space with the wind blowing through and it making it quite airy will prevent that from getting blight. So there we go. Box tree rehabilitation. I'm hoping now that these will stay a feature in my garden for the rest of my lifetime, and I don't see why they shouldn't, providing we don't get the dreaded box tree caterpillar. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget Amazon links. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon for some more box plant rehabilitation adventures. Bye for now.